was more like, who you are.
Right.
Like, this is who I am, and I'm aspiring to be this kind of person. And then everything else kind of will fall into place what you're meant to do, So
Did you?
I think that was the most
go ahead.
important thing, that I wanted to stay true to who I am, and like what I believe in, and the vision I see for myself, and everything kind of just fell into place. Like, I never knew that Careless was really going to work. I never knew that some of the artists I was able to work with, and some of the ones I will be working with, which I can't say just yet, but
okay.
Yeah, things kind of just fall into place when you're being true to who you are.
Was there ever a peg that you had? I know you're not going to copy anyone else, but in terms of stepping out into what you're doing and the artist that you're trying to be, early on, did you have like an example of the direction you wanted to go in?
Not exactly, no.
Okay.
Honestly, half the time I don't know what I'm doing. So, yeah.
Okay. Wait. There are, because you're leading a label as well, and I'm sure it's not just music. A lot of people, you might think that all you have to do in a label is just create music, but you're also, like you said, you're leading this. So, might be an out of the box question, but what is the biggest thing that you've learned from having to lead other people, or people will look to you in some shape or form for guidance and for inspiration?
When it comes to working with a big group of people, like, what I learned, I think that we do differently is that, contrary to the name of the label, we really, really care.
Yeah.
Like, we just really care about the artists and the people that we work with more than like results. Like, what to us is more important is the family that we have, the people that we work with, and yeah, just caring about what we're doing.
And what's okay? So you've talked a little bit about the goal of the group, of the label as well. But I actually want to touch on a couple of things, and I remember asking Sir Ogie about this in a past episode as well, about the current state of OPM. You've changed a lot, you've done a lot, but I really want to ask you specifically about, and it's controversial. It's the same thing for Sir Ogie. What do you feel about the influence of K-pop and K-pop artists and groups coming into the Filipino industry, to the point where the identity of OPM is kind of like on the fence? Have you ever felt that, or do you see it differently? I don't want to insinuate anything, but how do you feel about that one?
That is a difficult question. I think what would be better overall is probably removing the label OPM.
Okay.
Because that's where it gets confusing. When we think of OPM, we think of like a lot of like the legendary rock bands and everything. Yeah. And it's just where the music is going now and what's popular now. It's going to change. So I don't know. For me, I would just remove the term OPM and just call it music. So
enjoy the music. Yeah.
Yeah. But everyone has their own their own tastes, and I don't knock that at all. One thing in Careless is that we don't tell our artists what they have to make. What's sellable. Like, K-pop is sellable right now, so you got to do like K-pop. It's really like what is your sound? Let's like help you really create that, and then let's see. Just give people a chance to shoot their shot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wait, I sorry, this is leading on to a different topic, but now, like, say, again,
I mean, would you call what we do OPM? Because people do. People still refer to it as OPM, but that's where it gets confusing. It's just
actually, I don't think I would. And that's not a knock to either Careless or OPM, but I get what you mean. When you go from I had a talk last year with Messiah. When you look at Nadine, when you look at you, you're all different. So I guess I see what you mean. You can't necessarily put, although it's under the same label, a label on it. But Going back to your group of artists as well, and this might be a tough question as well. When is the point when you have an artist and they've been doing their thing, they've been creating their music, but it's not really going the way they would want it to go? Is there a point where you let them go and let them try a different path, or would you stick with them? Of course, I know it can vary from case to case, but how would you encounter that?
I think we haven't exactly encountered that yet because
Okay.
Some things hit, some things miss, but then I think it's just the culture we have here where everyone's always keen on growth. So
Okay.
if you never give up, then you're not going to fail. So we have yet to encounter that.
So you think, okay, that's interesting. You think the only time that you really fail is when you quit, or can you fail through making mistakes?
No, I don't think so. As long as you're bouncing back and then you learn from it, that doesn't count as failure. As soon as you quit, though.
And speaking, as soon as you quit, though, that's the real failure.
Then all those mistakes, then it adds up to one big failure.
Okay, it's the equal sign after the maths equation. But for you, I know that there have been times, and a lot of people don't really see it on camera. You probably won't see the mistakes that we do make. If it's a movie, there are take twos, can get up to like take 30. If it's a tape performance, ang daming takes. But for you, and however much you want to share here, when was one time in the industry where you really made a mistake, whether it be on stage or on set? Have you ever experienced that?
Yes, but I don't want to bring it up because you're probably going to go and search it on YouTube.
Oh no. Hey bro, I have my own. I have a lot of bloopers that my friends love putting up.
Tell me yours and then I'll tell you mine.
Okay. First ever prod on ASAP. I came out of PBB, my first ever dance prod. I was not used to I wasn't used to the 1 day rehearsals. I was used to like 3-4 days rehearsals inside of PBB. We got on stage, teacher Jercel was there. She grilled us, but we got to the live performance. The girls did great, and the guys came out. It was me and 2 other guys. The guy on my right was not doing the right steps. The guy on my left was counting out. Him. Nope. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. The guy on the left was counting out loud. She was like 5, 6, 7, and I was in the middle because I was like at the triangle. I was on the front, and I just forgot the steps for a solid like 3-4 seconds, which is an eternity when you're on stage. And it's still on YouTube today. And if you can find it, I'm gonna block you. Not you, James, but anyone online. But if you find it, please don't tweet it. It's horrible.
What was the song you did? I'm gonna look it up.
It was a trend. I didn't know what the trend was, but I do know that Mama Bear and Sir Marcus know it very, very well. Sir Raymond, they know it very, very well. They had a sit down talk with me afterwards and said, I need to do better. What was yours?
Okay, that's nothing.
That really?
Nothing, my friend.
Okay.
Look up. Oh gosh. James Reid.
Okay.
Cosmo Bash.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for later. I don't want to explain it here, but if you're watching, I'm sure like half of the people watching right now already know about this. But, just type in YouTube James Reid Cosmo Bash. Yeah,
I love it. And
there's
I got a
huge. I completely fall off the stage and disappear while shirtless and singing.
Well, I'm pretty sure the people on the side of the stage enjoyed that very, very much. And I think when you're shirtless, out of joy,
in a bad way.
I'm sure.
in a bad way.
Okay, I'll give you that one. That's 1 point to you. But heading to a different direction. Of course, you stepped away from acting, like you said, at the height of your acting career as well, and that's a big risk because a lot of people might assume acting is where depends on how you see it, the money really lies, like you get the constant exposure, so on and so forth. But going to your acting experiences, I have had a moment like this. Could you ever not cry, or was there a time where you couldn't say the lines, or what was your biggest trouble when you were in the acting world?
Obviously Tagalog.
Okay, I feel you, bro.
That had
I
to have
feel
been the
you.
biggest. No, but no, you're good. You're good. Actually, I have to hand it to you. Mas
I
magaling ka pa
appreciate
sa
that.
akin.
Sige. Tagalog na lang tayo until later.
No, no, no,
So.
no, no, no. No, no.
But what
It's
was
okay.
the
But
times you
with
had?
acting, I don't know. Like for me, it's not that I didn't like acting. That's why I walked away from it. I loved it.
Mhm.
I loved acting. I never really had, uh, a scene where like I couldn't cry. There's really heavy scenes. I don't know. There's something about acting that was also kind of liberating for me because as soon as I said
Right.
action, like all the things that insecurities I would have or any kind of anxieties would disappear, and I'm just someone else.
Yeah.
So it was great. No, I loved it. It was just it wasn't something that I felt I could grow in. Like I'd hit
Okay.
a stagnant, I'd hit a limit or a plateau, and I just want to do something else where I feel like I could really own it.
So does that mean that in the future, would you consider going back into acting for like say there was an MMFF movie, you'd consider it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well,
Just
I'll
right
get on the
now,
phone with
I'm
Sir
busy.
Deo.
I'm so busy.
Yeah, of course. And I can imagine that with everything that you're doing at the moment. But what would the type of project be? Like, who would have to be co-starring in this movie for you to step out of the acting world? Not just for a couple of days, but like at that level, if it was an MMFF or was a really big project, it would be like a month at the time. It would be like maybe 1 or 2 months because of lock-in. How would you? What would it take for you to step back into the acting world?
I don't know. Like what kind of movie or who?
Or who would the co-stars have to be, and maybe what
It would
genre
have to be
you'd
you,
be going
man.
for? Oh, really?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
don't
yeah.
lie to me, James.
Yeah, you and
I'm out
me,
of that world for the time
two
being.
brothers. And then it's a movie about
Okay.
MMA, so we have to fight each other.
Okay, so I gotta get fit too. I don't know how that's gonna work. Hey, but wait, can I debunk one? And I don't know if you can even answer this question. I don't even know if I'm allowed to ask it. It's not in the script. A couple of years back, I had a fight training session for a movie called Fantastica. My man was there. We went to a gym, and we had to learn the hand to hand fighting. Just a couple of sessions, and the people who trained us said there was a certain project where you had a staff. Let's just say you had a staff and you had to fight with it. And he showed me like the short edits that they took, like just of training. Was
Yeah.
it true that you're supposed? I'm not like I'm gonna leave it to you if you're gonna say what it was supposed to be. What
I mean,
project
you're
was
already
supposed to be?
asking, man. So
Okay, was it
yeah.
a superhero movie that you're supposed to be part of before?
Yes, it was. It was a superhero movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get to push through with it.
Okay.
Because I had an injury in my
Oh,
spine
okay.
and also in my shoulder. I was actually training for Pedro Penduko,
Oh, okay. You
and
said it. I was
it
hoping
was
you'd
it was
say it.
it was tight. It was tight because I only had like 2 months
Yeah.
to get super fit. Also learn parkour, some gymnastics, bow stuff. That's what it's called. The stuff bow stuff
Yeah.
training, and weapons training, fighting, all this like martial arts and stuff. It was really intense. I was training 6 days a week, rest only on one day.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I wasn't
Okay.
taking care of myself, honestly, and like the recovery period wasn't enough. So I tore a ligament in my left shoulder, and my spine also got busted.
Wow. So at the moment, can I just ask, are you okay now? Is it healed? Is it fine now?
My shoulder's fine, but my spine is a little.
Okay, so I was
Like an
just
old
gonna
man
ask
now.
because would you ever? So if that was a movie, if they came back to you, whatever movie production house came and said, "Hey James, we can get a stunt double," would you be game to do this movie
Nah.
in 20?
If I'm gonna
Nah.
do that movie, I'm gonna do my stunts.
Okay, so you still consider actually doing it
Yeah.
even now?
Well, I was a gymnast actually when I was like 12, 13 years old. So it wasn't too hard
Okay.
for me. We were running like flips and somersaults and everything, doing parkour. yeah,
And
it would be
after
cool.
all that time in the movie, okay,
Actually, you could be my stunt double, bro.
I would be the skinnier, slightly less athletic. Hey man, if you've seen Teacher G talk to me about my dancing, then you'd reconsider that. But something we'll never reconsider is the fact that we do love your music. A lot of people are always on it. A lot of people right at the moment are messaging on Kumu saying spending. Oh, we have just under a 500,000 people, or not 500,000
Oh, wow.
people, 500,000 diamonds on Kumu already. We got 2.2 thousand people watching. A lot of people are sending their love as well. But
Thanks, everyone.
of course. And coming from that, I just want to go back to you as a musician, just for a little bit. If there's one thing that you want to leave, like one mark that you want to leave on this industry, other than I'm not talking about Careless, I'm talking about James Reid as a person. What is it that you want to leave on this industry?
That I was just true to myself. I carved my own path, and no matter how difficult it was, or all the bashing or the naysayers, I still carved my own path, and hopefully it's a path that other artists and other musicians will be able to go down, because it's sustainable. Really, what we're focusing at, in Careless by being a music label, also managing artists, is that we give the power back to them, back to the artists, at the same time, making it a sustainable career.
Okay, I just want to ask this last question because I also know that there are times where the power doesn't always lie with the artist. I'm not sending out any signal saying I'm being forced to do anything, not at all. But it's not always like that in a contract-based business world. But for you, to any artist right now, or any person right now watching who thinks that they only have one path ahead of them, it's been put on them by a boss, a management, parents. What do you want to say to those who are scared or hesitant about carving out their own path?
Don't be scared.
Okay. How do you not be scared?
I don't know, just don't be scared. Just go and do it. It's not even just for you, but like for everyone else. And it's important that people, or at least we put a lot of emphasis on the creators. For me, it's not so much about the money, and I think that's obvious because I just walked away from my most secure future to go and do something where it wasn't guaranteed. It wasn't guaranteed. But I think honestly, it's more for yourself, like for your own livelihood, for your own peace of mind, for your own spirituality, is doing the things that you're afraid of, because that's really where growth happens. It's right behind that fear is the person you want to be.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I sincerely hope
to get
that
philosophical and shit.
No, it's good. It's good advice for me as well, because I'm one of the people who thinks a lot and then always struggles taking a. I think I do pretty well in taking a step, but man, I'm a mess before I do. But like you say, the person you want to be lies after that hurdle. So we're also. It's great for me, a younger artist, to see someone not just made it in the way that everyone says you should make it, but carved his own path. And I hope everyone watching, to the 2,500 people watching right now on Kumu, and all those who will watch all over the world, that you take one thing that James said and really apply it to your life. And watch out for our movie coming out sometime soon. If that ever would happen, what a dream that would be. But James, can you go ahead? Because we are trending at number 13 at the moment, Kwentong Barber, season 2, episode 5. But to everyone watching, can you promote Hello and all the music that you're creating at the moment?
Yeah. First of all, thank you everyone, for sending sending the gifts on Kumu. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and of course for supporting, the single Hello. We do have a music video coming out. When is it? I think it's like in a week from now. So very soon. And I promise you, this will be like nothing you've seen me ever do before. I'm actually like I'm terrified for this to come out, which is why I know it's good.
Okay, because there's fear.
I'm scared of this. Yes, there's fear behind this because, I've never really shown people this side of me. I've been doing a lot of serious stuff, but that's not always who I am. So you're gonna see a very different, crazy, absolutely nuts side of me in this music video for Hello. It's coming out, I think, in about a week. 1 second.
And where we'll be able to find the music video? All your
it'll be on
social
the Careless YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, you can follow us on YouTube, Careless Music, or is it Careless PH? Yeah, Careless PH. There's updates, of course, on the Instagram page, Careless Music, and of course you can follow me at James for updates as well. But yeah, that's coming soon, as well as some live performances and a lot of other surprises with some pretty cool features.
And it's pretty exciting as well because people won't know this, but just before James came on the show, he was actually shooting something as well. And I'm sure everyone has to look out for that surprise as well. But James Reid on Mix is trending on Twitter as well. A lot of people are sending their love. So real quick, last up, what do you want to say to all the people who have been supporting you for you, not for who they want you to be, but for you?
I love you guys. And I appreciate all the support, especially the ones that stick by me, even though I don't always make the decisions that they want me to make. And they stand by my choices, both as, a celebrity, but also as a person. So, thank you everyone for the support. I love you guys. And everyone that's on Twitter, if you want that movie with me and Edward to happen, you need to tweet about it and make it trend.
I think
it ain't gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but hey, man, we can dream. We can dream. Dreams are always good. Hey, thank you, James, for coming on the show. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
God bless, bro. I hope that in any capacity we get to work together very soon. All right.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
All right. Have a good one, bro. Take care, man.
You too. Peace, guys.
Whew. Okay, so right now, I just want to give a couple of shout outs because we haven't been doing a lot of that so far. Binavi08 saying, we love you, James. I love James too. Valentina, I'm not going to say the amount of numbers after your name because marami siya. Saying thank you for that halo halo.